Hey, welcome back, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk Thinking Right out here in the lab. I'm doing what I do for you, and we're gonna be in this book for a minute. I'm gonna be here for a while. The Nile Valley contribution. The lessons is on about our history. We ain't waiting until February to get Black History. I'm giving you Black History every day. That's right. This is good stuff here. I'm enjoying this. Now I'm in what I call my groove, where I can do what I do and get my points across and use the book at the same time. So this is, I guess, I'm preaching. Let's go. The sermon about to start right now. Lesson begins. Rightisms, 25 will live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know that self. And two, might not be true. Class starts right now. We about to get into what we call the development of symbols and symbolic thinking or thoughts. Esoteric teaching is what this is. They taught hidden knowledge so that the people who just saw it, they wouldn't know the true meaning. And that's pretty much the masses. So they keep y'all duped. They keep y'all ignorant. They want to do that. I'm trying to enlighten you. So everybody don't like what I do. Why? Because it's for you. Anybody to start movements to help people, good stuff don't happen to them. So I want to keep mine on the low so I can keep helping y'all. Let's go. All right. Symbols and symbolic thought played a vital role in the development, of our aspects of the Nile Valley and all aspects of the Nile Valley civilization. They were smart people. There was no dimensions of life that was devoid of it. Every aspect of your life we dealt with across the board. We knew everything we needed to know about what us. We knew ourselves. Down to the architecture, the religion that they practiced, science to prove the religion, and medicine to heal, clothing, jewelry, philosophy, writing, and many other facets of what we now call everyday living were influenced and created by various forms of what we call symbolic expression. I got a book titled Signs and Symbols of Primordial Man. We started out with signs and symbols. We come from there. Okay. And every sign has a symbolic meaning. That's the whole purpose. Words have meaning, all the same. Okay, we can understand because we're about to take some deep dives and get some explanation to some different concepts that a lot of people misinterpret. This is the fun part for me. I can teach. All right, here we go. Now, it was a language which communicated on several levels of what stimulation, the mind, the degree to which one understood the abstract and the particular aspects of the symbolic thought was determined by what their level of education. If you just got high school education, a person who has college level knowledge, he's going to be smarter than you. He's going to be more advanced than you. Why? Your level of education only went so high. The ceiling is up here. You can pick and choose where to get off at, and that's people do. High school, college degrees. My daughter got a PhD. That's a lot of school. 12 years. That's a lot of time to be doing something, but that's what they do. Okay, so when them people do that, if nothing else, the fact that they put the work in, you gotta respect that. How good they are, no, them got nothing to do. They put their time in to learn, to be indoctrinated with them ideas, and they gonna put them forth and keep them going. I understand that. That's called for your education. That ain't my education. All right. But the development of agriculture required the services of individuals who were mentally capable of plotting the heavens, the stars, and identifying with the appearance or the disappearance of certain stars in the sky, which foretold the return of the annual flood. They knew about the star constellation. End of the year, it's time to what? Harvest, plant the stuff. Why? Because when the rain season comes, they can get the rain and they'll come back in springtime fresh and new. They had that all figured out. Okay, that's the agriculture and religious concept dealing with the weather. The rainy season and the precise times to sow the various grains. Again, they had all that understood so they can stay right where they are. They was called nomads. That means they come in, pack up. When they leave, they just pack up and go somewhere else. But when they learn how to agriculture, they know how to keep the land, they know how to harvest the land and feed up the land. They didn't go nowhere. They stayed there. That's the difference. And their early astronomers, they had a guy, his job was to just watch when the sun come over the horizon and watch it go down. That's all he did all day, watch the sun. Some people got them job called security officers, security guards. That's what y'all do now. Y'all just securing the situation. You ain't really doing nothing. But astronomy, watch this. They were so important. The astronomers were so invaluable to their communities, and they were exempt from rigorous manual labor. They got to chill. They didn't do nothing. No, you just keep watching the sun. You keep watching stars. So they had a job. Their job was to do that. Okay, they didn't have to go up far, till the land. They didn't do none of that. Okay, so they had different hierarchies in the community. Everybody had different jobs. Okay, we still had it to the day. Their responsibilities were to study. Right there. If you're studying, you can't be working. If you're working, you ain't studying. So you got to make a decision. Some people work, some people study. Different situations. Okay. But they studied the heavens and they cataloged and they codified their findings and they transmitted that information to the appropriate officials. They started the whole concept of giving information, passing down so everybody, it filters down to the general public. We call it newscasting now, broadcasting. Okay. Same thing. All right. But over a period of many generations, the astronomers and the high priests and priestesses became well acquainted with the secrets of the universe, hence the mystery. They discovered that the movement of the stars and the planets and relationships between their phases and their influence on the vegetation on Earth and even the human beings, the water. The moon gravitates and pulls the water, ebbs and flows. Your animals react different. Full moon. Ooh, everybody go crazy. And not just animals, we go crazy on full moon too. They found out, the data finds out more stuff happened on the nights of the full moon than any other time. Why? It's just something in the air, that full moon. Okay, it affects people different. They knew that ancient time. We're still dealing with the same concept, all right? But in many various ways and elements, in minerals or in the plants, as their knowledge grew. Again, they grew in knowledge across the board. They passed it down to the people. Now, they pass the knowledge down. They want to enslave, to manipulate the people. They're not giving them freedom of choice, free will, what we had. No, they want to make sure they know just what you're doing. They want to have eyes on you, ears on you. Come on, man, no, nothing sacred. Only place you can go safe is the bathroom. And I ain't too sure that y'all ain't bugged that. So y'all want to be in everybody's business. No more privacy. At one time, privacy was cherished. Now, ain't no privacy. They wouldn't want to know everything you do. And y'all helping mass media. Y'all put your business right out there in front of the street. I come here to give lessons. That's it. I ain't going no further. My man said, you come in there and put your thing on, and I don't do this for the views. I do this to teach. That's what I'm saying. But we have a whole bunch of different agendas. Everybody got their own agenda. I got mine. Mine is teaching. Moving on. But they grew in area knowledge. So now they had new areas of specialized interest that they was sorting after. Thus, that allowed man to better understand his surroundings and his relationship with the infinite power that we call God. supreme being, nature, whatever you want to call them. But the concept of God stays the concept. The name will change depending on what culture, depending on what time you're at. So that don't change. God is God. What? Through attributes, all knowing, all conscious, spirit, life, all that. That's the same concept. So ain't but one of them. All right. The universe was viewed as omnipotent expression of this one great supreme being that we know as God, which manifests, again, listen, manifests itself within all the functions and the principles, aka govern the universe and maintain balance and harmony. That's what Mayat represents. First thing he did was create Mayat. Why? He needed balance, order, reciprocity. He needed a standard to stand on. She's the pedestal and what she stands on. Spiritually, philosophically, principle, she's the one you stand on. Okay? And she's what we're going to be judged by. That's how important she is. That's why I respect her. Okay? That's my goddess. These facets, and what they're breaking down is this thing right here. She represents equal balance in the brain thinking. That's what Mayat represents for me. My thinking process is always going to be what? Balance. Honest. True. All those things, I implement them. And they work like a charm. Through Mayat. That's how I got here. That's why I give her. If you down on your luck, my dude in past, a perfect example from streets to Christ. Christ saved his life. Got him out the streets, got him out the stuff he was doing. My man, no problem with that. Do you. Mayat did it for me. So I'm doing Mayat. He teaching and preaching the Bible and doing his thing. I ain't got a problem with that. That ain't my thing. I talk to my man. I could care less about that. But I respect that that's what you do. So I ain't got a problem with you. But don't come at me with that nonsense. Okay, let's put that in check. I'm not competing with you. Come on, man, it ain't about that. Right thinking. Yeah, right thinking is a philosophy. You practice a religion. Be out, moving. But did that years ago. We had that nonsense. But they're facets of one supreme being, and they were referred to collectively as nature, naturu. And individual is nature, nature. Okay? That's what the concept of God from our ancient ancestors. And each and every manifestation of the nature was associated with what we call divine aspect of God, starting with Mayat. She represents everything that's divine and good, right? And purpose. That's why I deal with her. That's why she's my girl. And it was represented by a specific symbol. Hers was the pedestal, the scales, and the feather, ostrich feather that she wears. Why? That's the thing that she represents, and those are things that you want to remember. Every animal has a gift from God. And when we took that gift from the animal, we knew what we was doing. They did it. Perfect. I'm about to break that down for you. We're about to get to the good stuff now. Hopefully I can give you an understanding because this is how this thing works. Then the first thing they teach you about anything is what? The animals, symbolisms. And when time passed, the nature root became known as what? Many forces of nature. I told you in the zodiac, the twins. The first set of twins is air and moisture. They got it right there in the zodiac sign. So they knew what they were doing. But they had this thing way mapped out. So I understand it. Now I'm just saying, this is information that you can use and better yourself. Never mind anybody else, but you want to be better for yourself. What? Knowledge of self. This is all self-knowledge, all mine, okay? The ibis head bird, Tahuti, your thought process, is the bird. Ra is represented by the falcon. Haru, your spirit, is represented by the falcon. Nobody else. Why? Because those are special qualities that they have, and only special people can have them. That's why everybody couldn't walk around with looking like Tahuti. Nope, only Tahuti. Okay, the ibis head bird represents concepts that they use for him, and get into that in a minute, right there. So that's the idea. Breaking down the symbolism of the character, the quality that you're using from that particular animal. More anthropomorphism. We got that covered. Animals, I hate to go. Animals, they broke nature down to, for example, the god of water, Tefnut. Okay? Noon is the abyss, but the water from above, that's the twin, Tefnut and Shu. Shu represents air, the stuff we breathe, that's Shu. Geb represents the earth. Nut represents heaven. They was in a love embrace. Geb separate them. Shu separated them. Gab is earth, Newt is heaven. Ain't nothing between them now but what? Gab, air. Get the concept? Oh, they had this thing already mapped out. I'm gonna have some fun. Because this is what I mean by teaching the concepts, and this right here. This is all of teaching how to use this. They didn't say that, but after 30 years, I said, yeah, it's all about this. Trust me. All right, let's go. So now the first one we're going to use is the following example, the animal traits. Okay, animals was usually selected to represent the particular quality of that specific animal for the nature. And because the nature of the animal was unique gift from God to that particular creature and remained a constant over the years. So the following are examples of animal traits of their association with the specific natural. First, you see right here, Tahuti. Okay, he's what Ivan's head man. You never see him as a human being. Okay, because he represents thought concepts. So he always gonna be shown in that side. For the baboon, never in human form. Okay, some of them just use that animal form to show who they are. And once you understand it, you'll get to understand it. Hope I can get that knowledge to you right now. Let's start with the falcon. The peregrine falcon is the fastest high-flying bird in the world. We know that now because we study and that motherfucker, he a bad thing. So we wonder why they use a falcon to represent our spirit in God. If you're a fish in the water, you ain't safe from the falcon. If you're an animal on land, you ain't safe from the falcon. If you're able to fly in the air, you ain't safe from the falcon. That thing flies so fast, he'd ball up his fist and punch you in the head and knock you out. That's how fast he fly. And while you falling, he come scoop you up and go on by his business. That's why they use him as the spirit. It's the most baddest thing going. We think the Lion, the King of the Jungle, my man Infoducey says it best. That peregrine falcon, study him, Google it. Get the attributes of the animals that we use. Google the ibisbird, Google the baboon, Google the scarab. Google every aspect of your character, and they'll break it down for you. I got them coming for you. We're going to have some fun. This is what I mean by teaching. I'm going to start out with the falcon. The falcon is the symbol for the sun and light. That's Haru, the spirit that's in me and you. Okay? Christians call it Christ. Same thing. Same thing. Moving on. But because of its, why they use the falcon? Because of its rapid flight, it's the fastest bird in the air. Okay? He's aerodynamically built to fly. And average birds, when the storm comes, they go to high for cover. Storm comes, peregrine falcon, fly over. Okay? I'll go up higher. That's all. And they tell you the story when blackbird jumps on the bald eagle's hit back and pecking them and on them. The bald eagle don't even flinch. He just start ascending. And this I use for ignorance. Ignorant people are like black crows. They just peck at you. You ain't got to peck back. You ain't got to get in the mud with the pig. You just ascend. And what? They leave you alone. Why? They can't go that high. When a person reaches maximum intelligence, intellect, they got to back up. When the other birds reach their level, they can't handle the oxygen, the height, they jump off. That's all. So you ain't got to fight with them. Just ascend. That's the concept I use, another philosophical principle. But they gave the falcon that headdress. Why? Because of its ability to soar into the highest height. Like he going back to his father. He can fly right into the sun, and he got a special coating of eye. He can look directly into the sun. It don't bother his eyes. So he had a few special qualities that they knew about, and that's what they emulated. Okay, watch this. I get a lesson about the bull of Wall Street. Okay, animals. But he's the fastest and the highest flyer in the air, where their light abounds. What? Up there. Haru means up there. Hearts, him up there. The hours, 12 noon, high, that's it. All those is attributes and qualities that they gave to the falcon, knowing his abilities. The nature, Haru, is represented by the falcon, and his right eye symbolizes what? The sun, and the sun's ability, like that of God, to what? See all things. Okay, I'm right there. I'm right. All this is symbolic. All this means something. to me. I don't know about you, but it means something to me. And I symbolically use it for that purpose. Okay? If you're Christian, you use Christ on the cross. Okay? Muslim, you use the crescent moon. Everybody got symbols. Understand that. I'm not beat for none of them. Why? I understand them. I got mine. So trust me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And when you can see all things at all times, not things out here, things in yourself, your character, that's it. Trying to wake you up to see you. Your inner eye sees your inner you. These eyes see out everybody else. Everybody views them. How many people use this one? That's the difference. And the eye is also the origin which precedes the organ which precedes what? Light. We look at light goes into the back of our retina, flips it around, and they tell you. We all science improved that, but the ancients didn't have that. How do they know about the pineal gland in the middle of the damn brain, little P thing? So they knew a lot more than we give them credit for. And we just proven everything we find out now, proving they was right. That's how I look at it. I ain't learned nothing new. Everything y'all come up with, we found out that the heart has a brain. We told you that a long time ago. So I'm not beat for new technology that they find the stuff out. I just proving the ancients knew what they talk about. I've been with them for a while. I know that too. And the light perceives light, and it represents what? The process of spiritual awareness. Similar attributes, here we go, the attributes have been incorporated into Native Americans. Why think they got feathers? They know the power. And the chief, every time he did something good, he got a feather. That's why his headdress gets so long. Why? For accomplishments, achievements, like awards and medals. Same thing. They just did it that way, symbolically. That's what it all means. Everybody got it. If we had respect for each other, that would not be a problem. What you worship, who you call God, how you treat me should be the only thing that concerns. How we get along. As long as we good, we good. Moving on. But we incorporated what? Attributes in the Native American names such as, you ready? Hawkeye. Eagle eye. Okay? What? The bird. They telling you he got eyes of the hawk. He got eyes of the eagle. Egyptians didn't have eagle. They had falcons. So that's why the American Western civilization used the eagle. Same predatory bird. We had kites and sprees, osprey, bunch of birds. So American bird is the eagle. Same thing. We falcons. That's why they teardrop. That's why you see that teardrop right here. That's what makes them that eye. That's the eye. That's where they get the eye from. Okay? So they symbolically put everything to what? Lessons so they can understand it and be better at what? Understanding of themselves. To think right, do right, and act right. I've been practicing for 30 years. It worked like a charm. I'm not deviating. Why? I'm doing other people practice this. Why? It worked. It's good stuff. The eagle eye from the Indians, they call them what? Somebody with sharp vision. And right here, the eyes of the falcon and other birds of prey, they have to what? Be sharp. They are so keen that they can spot their quarry at distance of what? Over a mile. So that means you're a mile up in the air. A field mice going about his very business. He looking around. He don't see no problem. And everything is cool. In a blink of an eye, whoom, he's done. What? My man got a bead on him, and when he come, it's a wrap. Okay? When he get the dive bombing, he go up 240 miles an hour. He coming. He ain't gonna be deterred. But these are attributes that we find out now to marvel at the quality. They knew that a long time ago. That's my point. And their falcon is a bad man. Okay, watch this. Over a mile away, their eyes act like what? Telescopes. You way up there, you can see, and boy, when they do that, okay, and they don't even know, death hit them so fast, they don't even know it's coming, okay? That's sudden death for the animals who don't know, okay? Which magnified objects, which crystallize clarity. This ability is due to the structure of what? The interior of their eyes. They was built that way, where God gave them that. Vision cells give off electrical signals. The bats don't got vision. They go by radar. They hone in on their stuff. Snakes, they don't do that. They taste the air. So everybody got a way to deal with, and God gave every animal a gift to survive and defend themselves. Okay? And they travel through the optic nerve to the brain. And the eyes of birds of prey contain more than, you ready? 1 billion vision cells. Okay? While the human eye contains only about 130 million. So that's a whole lot of intensification that they got over us. This enhanced capacity for sight is due to the unique structure of what? The eye of the falcon. And thus we use as the perfect symbol to represent what? Our spiritual vision within oneself. This vision is so sharp, it can see all. That's what they try to explain to you. And that's the breakdown for the purpose and the use of the eye of Haru, the spirit. I'm going to stop right there. We're about to get the next lesson, so I see the clock. Oh, I went a little long. Try to keep it 20 minutes. So right now, I'm teaching, so I tend to get caught up in the lesson. But right thinking, I'm going to shut it down. And in closing, may you all let it be 100 me, 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinker who's starting to get the esoteric breakdown and symbolic understanding of how we use our animals' qualities to manifest for ourselves. Hope you're enjoying it. I am. I'll be right back.